Hi there, good morning. We're the Highwaymen. My name's Jason.
Good morning, everybody, and I'm Steve. How lovely to see you today. Jay, what, mate, are we going to be pulling apart?
Well, I've had that bloody X-Files tune in my head all morning since we said we're going to do this one. We're talking about aliens, and specifically the latest revelation that the Pentagon have released a statement talking about a mothership in our solar system, releasing probes to go to investigate the Earth. We like a good probing, don't we, Steve?
We certainly do, mate, especially from the Alien Mothership.
and and yeah, and we want to talk about that. What do you think, Steve?
Well, mate, it wouldn't shock me, if I'm
No.
honest. I mean, you and I both have a very similar sort of view on stuff like this as it happens. But yeah, absolutely, why not? We base technology or spaceships on what we would have produced. So in other words, a disc or a saucer or whatever made out of aluminum or metal or whatever it is. So, but that's only going on the materials that we have available on this planet, on Earth. What's to say it's exactly the same materials on another planet? And let's be under no illusion here, incidentally. Let's not be ignorant or naive enough to think that out of the billions of planets that are out there, we're the only one to be inhabited by any form of, and I'm going to say civilized, and that's tongue-in-cheek, life. So if they're building something on another planet, their materials are going to be very different from ours. So why would we expect something to look like we would create when it's something that's been built by a whole different genre of people with different materials? Why wouldn't it look like a big rock? Why wouldn't it?
So the saucer thing, I don't think we even talked about saucers until after Roswell. And I think that was probably the first flying saucer. I mean, we always thought, we always talk about things like rockets. If you go back to things like Flash Gordon and stuff like that, the really early one, that was that 1940s, probably?
50s.
Was it? Well, Roswell was 47. But, I don't think we even thought about saucers until after the Roswell crash. The alleged Roswell crash. We were always kind of thinking rockets and long tubular things. And
you were.
yeah. But I was kind of, I mean, I started to look at some of the things, some of the footage, and I'll stick some footage into this of some of the source videos there are of these kind of cigar-shaped tubes and things. There's one that I saw earlier today over the California fires, and they're literally filming the helicopters in the sky overlooking, and then also in the distance, this huge kind of cigar-shaped thing kind of jumps by in the background. Problem is in these days is because we've got so much accessibility to sort of technology now to visual, to change the visuals and to create things. We really can't tell what's real and what's not anymore.
No.
It is a real difficult one, but I think it's quite substantial that the American government have come forward and sort of put this in an official document. And obviously the internet's gone a bit mad with it all, but the general theory seems to be that they are preparing us now. We've always suspected that they had alien technology. We suspected they had the Roswell rocket and reverse engineered much of the technology we use today from that. And are they preparing us for something that they know is coming?
There's been too many little leaks over the years, hasn't there?
Yeah.
Specifically, to be fair, from the White House, and they have been candid slips, where so that there's been a bit of a nod or a little bit of an acknowledgement that more is known than is let out there. So interesting you should say about the cigar thing, Jay, because it's just reminded me when I was and I was young, so I'll bet you I was maybe 10, and it's one of my very earliest memories, to be truthful. This was in Oadby. We used to live on the main A6.
Yes.
And we lived right about 4 or 5 doors down from a corner of what was then, it still is, Uplands Road. And I can't remember the other one going the other way. But anyway, our school was on the next corner sort of thing. And so there was myself, my sister, who's 2 years younger than me. So let's say I was 10, she was 8, and my mum was taking us to school. You see, and I remember us standing on that corner, looking up in the sky together at a cigar-shaped object, and it was almost like a weather balloon, but it wasn't orange. It was more of a browny kind of a color. And we all stood looking at it, going, "Well, we all saw it. You know, it wasn't just we go, what is it? Was it? And then it literally just went.
Gone. Wow.
I just literally went, and I couldn't tell you he went shooting off in one direction or something. I can't remember that, but I do remember it being there, and then it suddenly wasn't.
They could be Cuban aliens in a cigar-shaped object. Could well be, couldn't they?
Hand rolled on a dusky maiden's thigh.
But no, I mean, there's lots of documented sightings. There's lots of like pilots that have come forward and said that they've seen strange things. You know, aircraft pilots or Air Force pilots,
naval pilots too.
Yeah,
to be fair,
all sorts of sort of document, and even Japan are sort of starting to acknowledge. They've always had a kind of no aliens don't exist mentality. Now they're starting to acknowledge that aliens exist. I saw, which is quite unusual for them.
That's interesting.
So maybe we need to brace ourselves for the invasion.
Bring it on.
Because the other thing you've got to ask, you know, looking at all the planets, the Earth is a bit of a jewel. You know, looking at all the planets in our solar system, you know, the Earth is a bit of a jewel. Looking at planets in our galaxy, you know, there's not many that sustain life as we know it throughout the universe. You know, we think ours is quite a random occurrence. But you know, if you were coming this far to come, you've got to come and say hello, haven't you? You've got to, or you know, or you want the resources on the planet, or you want the planet. You know, oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, let's be fair, right? Let's be fair. We're wrecking our planet as it is, right? Let's say, let's say in another 100 years we have real long range space flight capacity, and we were to find another planet, and the civilization of humans on it were where we were 4,000 years ago.
We'd be all over it, wouldn't we?
We'd be owning everything. We'd be going down there. So, oh yeah, we'll give you some of what we've got. What we got here? Oh yeah, we've got coal. We'll give you some coal for for half your planet. A couple of bags. We'll be trading it. And and they'll be going, oh yeah, brilliant. Oh, coal, fantastic. We can now heat our little caves or whatever. And we'd be like, we want to put our names on that, and we're going to sell it back to all the people back in Earth for a catastrophic amount of money and sit and be rich forever. That's what would happen. That's what would happen. We won't be out there just giving our technology away to them, and we'll give you all this stuff we've got for nothing, just going to be nice people, and we're just happy to find friends in the universe. No, we wouldn't. We'd be dominating them.
The normal average Joe person probably would, but unfortunately, the people that are running us or leading us, they're the ones that would then make these decisions. All I ask, so Mothership, if you are tuning into it, why wouldn't you? Quite frankly,
why wouldn't you? We've had a new subscriber yesterday. It could be them.
Could well be. Bit like the ball. Well be. So even though we've only got one named subscriber there, new one, that could well be a multitude of thousands of them, like an entity, like the Borg, on Star Trek. Yes. So anyway, if you are watching this, I beg you, if you are going to come and invade us, well, first of all, you're welcome, but please start with the absolute clowns on Downing Street and just get rid of them, please. Just get rid of them. Nobody will lament their passing. They are just a bunch of buffoons. So, and then come and deal with real people who've got a bit of a clue of the world. That would be good.
I mean, really, just to unstabilize the world, they just come down and give everybody free energy. Can you imagine if they could give everybody, every household, like a little battery, and say, right, okay, this will now run your house like forever, infinity, and we'll give everybody one, and that would destabilize the whole world in a single second, wouldn't it?
That would, Christ, isn't it amazing just how simple and quick something? It's obviously not simple because we don't have that technology, but what's to say they don't? So and that would absolutely, our economy would be gone, wouldn't it?
Yeah. There you go. So
and aliens. What if you got another little one with free beer or free wine in it that never ran out?
Never ran out.
Your Aladdin's 7 wishes, isn't it? Or 3 wishes from Aladdin, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'll have a little
a glass, a never-ending glass, never-ending glass full of beer.
Yeah.
Just
bring them down, Jay.
Yeah,
they can't get it quick enough for me. No. If they've got some of that and they've got a little battery that will last us forever, then down you come.
You've got plenty of land in Lincolnshire for them to land on, haven't you? There's plenty of free space out there. Yeah, because have a little colony out there.
plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Good
just do
going.
need to clarify something with them. Well, on my third wish, I am not referring to a very large cockerel. Let's just get that into perspective.
Now, if, you know, obviously government sources monitor all these kind of things. If we're not back next week making another video, you know that we're onto something, and we've probably been taken away abducted by either the government or by aliens.
Wow, wouldn't that be a thing?
Put on a black site somewhere.
That could happen,
couldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, they'd send us to Rwanda.
They would send us to Rwanda. They probably would, yeah. Our government would definitely send us to Rwanda. But that's a topic for another week. It was nearly the top. It was nearly the topic for this week, but this one seemed more interesting.
You're boarding on yourselves, off your pop.
Yeah, that's it. Right. Well, thank you very much for watching.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And what else?
Well, you know what? My favourite part of the whole show. Do not forget to press and like pressing the bell end.
Keep pressing it. We'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll be back next week.
Cheers, everybody.
Goodbye.